Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. There is the social media way you can follow the show at our email address and our phone number, 821 this morning. That's a 24/7 number. Now, yesterday, we started out talking about a story down in Pickens County. Now, let me get this straight now. November 5th is election day. And you have elections in your counties, different things, maybe a splost, maybe there's someone has to, special election for finishing out a term. I know in Gilmer County there's an election November 5th to finish the term of Dallas Miller, to finish his term in Gilmer County, Georgia. Here, Dallas Miller, post commissioner, resigned. So there's a special election to fill his position November 5th. These other elections, folks, the qualifying, I think, is March, right? I think it's March is the qualifying, or February or March, somewhere around then. And the first of the year at least. Let me see this. And May, is it May 20th? I'm just saying off the top of my head, somewhere around there, is the primary in Georgia, okay, for local offices. So some of these local elections that are going on, it's really early to talk about them, but some of them are heating up this early. Now, until a candidate declares so that they can raise and spend money legally, I don't really, they're not candidates yet. Now, some declared, some haven't. That being said, moving right along, I spoke to yesterday, I started with David Schaus in Pickens County, told me he is running for commission chair in Pickens County, but he has yet to declare. He is in a back and forth with Jasper City Council member Sonny Proctor. He is in a back and forth, David is, Schaus in Pickens County. He is in a back and forth with Republican Pickens County Republican GOP chair Katie Cagle. Katie has removed her Facebook page. So that's a back and forth I'm keeping an eye on. Schaus told me yesterday at a phone call his goal was to declare his candidacy with the state of Georgia the first week in November, somewhere in that area. So we'll see what happens here in about 2.5 weeks if he actually declares as a candidate in Pickens. Until then, we're going to keep an eye on it. I will tell you in transparency, I talked to Mr. Schaus yesterday, and I did talk to Katie Cagle yesterday, and we'll leave it there for a day or two as I watch and see what's developing in this back and forth. I did not talk to council member Sonny Proctor. He is welcome to contact me or anybody else. I have not talked to Bill Cagle, anyone else involved in this in the social media world. So moving right along. All right, so Dems are lucky. Number 4, Dems are lucky they do not have Mitt Romney. So let's do this. I sent several times. I designated certain time in the video. I may go over, I may have to come back, but the certain times I do want to make sure we hit. Let's go. Yesterday, the President of the United States, there was a cabinet meeting. He decided to talk for a little bit. He is not afraid to go after the media and say, hey, this is what's going on. So let's play that video and let's start at 7:20.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Yes, Steve?
The Republicans need to get tougher and fight. What are you talking about?
Well, I think the Democrats fight dirty. I think the Democrats are lousy politicians with lousy policy. They want open borders. They don't care about crime. They want sanctuary cities. They don't care about drugs. They don't care about almost anything. They don't care about USMCA. How about that? I think they're lousy politicians. But two things they have. They're vicious and they stick together. They don't have Mitt Romney in their midst. They don't have people like that. They stick together. You never see them break off. You never see somebody go out and... That's why I respected so much what I watched with Will Hurd today. Because he was one of the few that didn't seem to be there, and yet he made a statement. He said, well, I haven't seen any complaints whatsoever from the Ukrainians. I mean, the Ukrainians didn't complain, and they didn't tell any of our ambassadors. This thing is all about a letter that was perfect. You never hear the letter anymore. It was all about whistleblowers. You never hear, what happened to the whistleblower? They're gone because they've been discredited. What happened to the informant? And where's the IG? Why did the IG read the letter, read the transcript? He could have gotten it, I guess, I assume. I would have declassified it for him if I had to do that. Why didn't he read this and then see that the whistleblower's account was totally different than the letter? Then he would have said, oh, there's no problem here. The whistleblower gave a false account. Now you have to say, well, do we have to protect somebody that gave a false account? You know, these whistleblowers, they have them like they're angels, okay? So do we have to protect somebody that gave a totally false account of my conversation? I don't know. You tell me. Do we have to protect the informant? Now, I happen to think there probably wasn't an informant. You know, the informant went to the whistleblower. The whistleblower had second and third hand information. You remember that. That was a big problem. But the information was wrong. So was there actually an informant? Maybe the informant was Schiff. It could be Shifty Schiff. In my opinion, it's possibly Schiff. Why didn't Schiff say that he and his staff or a whole group, why didn't he say that he met with the whistleblower? He knew all about the whistleblower. Why didn't he say? He's a crooked politician. Very bad for our country. This whole thing is very bad for our country. In the midst of that, I'm trying to get out of wars. And we may have to get in wars, too. Okay? We may have to get in wars. We're better prepared than we've ever been. If Iran does something, they'll be hit like they've never been hit before. I mean, we have things that we're looking at. But can you imagine? I have to fight off these lowlifes. At the same time, I'm negotiating these very important things that should have been done during Obama and Bush and even before that. All right? So that's where we are right now. Actually, very few.
Come back to me. You know, I envision, I would like to write, and I hope somebody's out there writing it, because it's going to be huge, the Trump video game. Now, here's this little dude with a red tie and a white shirt and a blue suit, all right? And he's got that big hair, and he's like Donkey Kong. Remember Donkey Kong? All these barrels were rolling, and that donkey had that bing jump and jump and jump, and on Mario and all those guys. I think they should invent the game, and all these Democrats, they should put them all in evil little suits, and one flies out of the sky and it looks like Adam Schiff, and Trump has to take his laser beam and shoot him, and he's got to try to go through this maze of all this bull, S-H-I asterisk, to try to get to America to save it. That, I'm telling you, Trump the video game would be amazing. They're filthy, dirty politicians. They don't care. Drugs, I love the expression, they don't care. I mean, these people don't care. He is so brutally honest with the American people. This has to get out. That's why some days. Now, at the rallies, I will say, some of the rallies, I mean, he throws those one-liners out there, and they are amazing. They're hilarious to me. At the rallies, those rallies, some of those things he says are just, I love it. But it's days like yesterday where they hide this under a veil, and they will chop up this 71 minutes into little segments, very tiny, to go with what they are trying to sell you, hashtag deep state, crooked, corrupt media, instead of just getting out of the way sometimes and letting the president of the United, brutally honest, they don't care about drugs. Where's the informant? Where's the whistleblower? I'm with Trump. Where are these whistleblowers? Where are they at? Where, the informant? I'm with Trump, President of the United States. It's probably Shifty Schiff. Adam Schiff is probably the informant. They're corrupt politicians. They are so corrupt. Schiff is probably the informant. Where are these whistleblowers? Where is the firm content coming out of any of these meetings behind closed doors? Nothing. They're trying to build the illusion of quid pro quo. They're trying to build the illusion. Do you realize, do you ever absorb? Now, we all know, you and I know, okay? If you're on the street and you look at some guy or some woman and say, you know what? Do you know that Ukraine is probably one of the most corrupt countries on the face of the earth? And if they say no, say, well, you dumbass. Maybe you shouldn't say that, but look, you dumbass. Maybe you shouldn't say, look, you dumbass. Look, dumbass, they are. You realize the fight. You get this, right? They don't care how much money of yours they spend, never. You realize the argument is that they're making is that we held up much needed military aid. Now, let me ask you something. From this day on October 22nd, going back to when supposedly we held up military aid that the Ukrainian people needed to hold off those Ruskies, what happened? What happened? So you realize you're going to impeach a president of the United States over, okay, the possibility that he wanted to wait a minute on sending your tax money to a corrupt country and say, hey, you know, you're going to look into the Biden thing? It's not he's my political opponent, because who's next? Who you got over there now? What's going on? We think some things need looked into and cleared up. You want our taxpayers, the American people, to send you their money. I don't think so. That's what I'm going to say he's guilty of. Saying, hey, I'm not sending the money. Now, let's go in that video to 12 minutes and 54 seconds. And just come back to me when I say we're ready.
Very much, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Doral was a very simple situation. I own a property in Florida. I was going to do it at no cost or give it free if I got a ruling, because there's a question as to whether or not you're allowed to give it, because it's like a contribution to a country. I'd have to get a ruling. But I would have given it for nothing. It's a lot of money I would have given away. Like I give away my salary. I give away my salary. It's, I guess, close to $450,000. I give it away. Nobody ever said he gives away his salary. Now it comes up because of this. But I give away my presidential salary. They say that no other president has done it. I'm surprised, to be honest with you. They actually say that George Washington may have been the only other president to do it. But see whether or not Obama gave up his salary. See whether or not all of the other of your favorites give up their salary. The answer is no. They say it's the only one. They think George Washington did, but they say no other. So I give up. It's a lot of money, $450,000, close to. And I give that up. So I have a place that's in the best location. I'm very good at real estate, very, very good. Much better than you even understand. When you see my financials, which I'll give at the right time, you'll say, man, he was much better than we even thought. This guy knows right here, Mnuchin, because he was in the private sector. He knows very much what I have. He would tell you. Someday maybe he'll tell you. But I'm very good at real estate. There's Miami. This facility, everybody would have had their own building. Everybody in the G7 would have had their own building. It was so good. Florida loved it. They love economic development. It's not because it's a beautiful place. It's new. It's been totally rebuilt. It's new. Everything's good. Got massive meeting rooms, unlimited for security because it's on, hundreds of acres. Best location, right next to the airport, Miami International, one of the biggest airports in the world. Some people say it's the biggest, but one of the biggest airports in the world. It's only minutes away. It would have been great, but the Democrats went crazy. Even though I would have done it free, saved the country a lot of money. Then they say, oh, but you'll get promotion. Who cares? You don't think I get enough promotion? I get more promotion than any human being that's ever lived. I think I get. I think I would have that. I think I can say that fairly safely. I think I get more promotion than any human being that's ever lived. Some good, some bad. The people that like me give me only good. The people that don't like me give me only bad. But that's the way life is. I don't need promotion. I don't need promotion. Okay? But I was willing to do this for free. And it would have been the greatest G7 ever. And I would have said to my family, because they run my business now, I don't run my business. I actually put all the stuff in trusts. They run my, and I didn't have to do that, but under no obligation to do it. I don't know if you know it, George Washington. He ran his business simultaneously while he was president. Many other presidents, there weren't too many really rich presidents, but there were a few. They ran their business. Hey, Obama made a deal for a book. Is that running a business? I'm sure he didn't even discuss it while he was president. He has a deal with Netflix. When did they start talking about that? That's only, a couple of examples. But other presidents, if you look, other presidents were wealthy. Not huge wealth. George Washington was actually considered a very, very rich man at the time. But they ran their businesses. George Washington, they say, had two desks. He had a presidential desk and a business desk. I don't think you people with this phony emoluments clause, and by the way, I would say that it's cost me anywhere from $2 to $5 billion to be president. And that's okay, between what I lose and what I could have made. I would have made a fortune. If I just ran my business, I was doing it really well. I have a great business. I have the best properties. But between what I lose, and in all fairness, some properties, Doral an example. Doral was setting records when I bought it, because I owned it for a period of time. Setting records. There was nothing like it. It was making a fortune. And then what happened? I announced I'm going to run for office, right? And all of a sudden, I say, we got to build a wall, we got to have borders, we got to have this, we got to have that. All of a sudden, some people didn't like it. They thought the rhetoric was too tough. And it went from doing great to doing fine. It does very nicely now. It's actually coming back, I understand, very strongly. But Doral was setting records. And I knew this would happen. Most of the stuff that I have, because now instead of having 100% of the market that loves you and they love your brand and it's luxury and it's great, now you have 50% of the market. That's called politics. I fully understood that. So it's cost me between $2 billion and $5 billion. And if I had it to do again, I'd do it in an instant. Because who cares? If you can afford it, what difference does it make? If I had this to do again, because I'm making a big difference for the country. The country is stronger now than it's been in many years, maybe ever. Our military is rebuilt. Our economy is hitting records. As I said, best unemployment numbers, best employment numbers. We're strong. We're bringing our soldiers back home from the endless wars. We're doing great. So whether I lost $2 billion, $5 billion, more or less, doesn't make any difference to me. I don't care. If you're rich, it doesn't matter. I'm doing this for the country. I'm doing it for the people that show up. I haven't had an empty seat at a rally. I always say, where's the rally? It's in a certain place. Okay, just get the big place. Okay, just get the biggest.
All right, now hold that number. When we go back, Sam, I want to go back about 4 or 5 seconds, okay? All right, I want to stay right there where you stopped, and I want to go back. I'm doing this for the American people. I'm doing this for the country. You will never hear, and that's why there's days where I got to get out of the way. It's my show, but it's our country. And I'm going to tell you, I got to get out of the way and let the President of the United States, say it. I'm doing it for the people. I'm doing it for the country. I may have lost 2 to 5 billion, give or take a billion, Holy mackerel, a billion. I may have lost, but he may have lost 2 to 5 billion. But he would do it all over again. You will not hear this in the media because this actually sounds like someone that loves his country going through all this. He has made a fortune in this country. They want to see his tax returns. And so they could say he's not worth as much. But I'll tell you what, at the end of the day, the man's a billionaire, in this country. Loves this country. Knows how to make money. When Trump started the campaign, I watched very closely. I was sitting in front of a TV when he came down the escalator. I remember him walking up to that podium and giving that speech. But like many Americans there, I said, you know what? I think this guy could be president. But I got to keep an eye on this. And I, for one, although I actually from day one felt this man could win the presidency very easily, I have to be brutally honest. Throughout the campaign, I asked why a couple times. Why is he running? Why would he do this? Why would he jeopardize his family fortune? Anything and everything. So I answered a lot of questions as time went on by watching him. And there was one day in particular, and I should have wrote the day down because I was on the show, and I said, folks, the guy's doing it for one simple reason. He loves this country. He loves the American people. When he goes out there to Dallas and there's 55 people, he loves you. He loves it, man. He loves it. He wants to be there with you. He wants to be in Minnesota. He wants to be in Ohio, Florida, no matter where he goes, Louisiana. He loves each and every one of you, and he loves this country. So that being said, Doral. Now let me say this, okay? The media went nuts. So is there someone back there tallying up the profits in Doral? Are they going to look? Now here's my question, okay? It is October, so I think they should take October and they should take the date he announced, and they should look at sales in Doral and see if they go up. Because these dumbasses in the media have give him so much free advertising. If you did not know, the President of the United States has a resort in South Florida, outside of Miami, with the name Doral. You do now. Period. You know it now. How much free publicity has the media given this man by their outrage over it? Donald Trump played them like he would not believe. There's more free ads. How many tweets have gone out? How many hours has CNN, MSNBC, even Fox, The View, whatever and everywhere? Can you believe Trump was going to use Doral in the pictures? I mean, do you not want to go to Doral now and check it out? I know I do. I like to check it out, right? The second thing is he was going to give it to the American people. You know, we're talking about sending money to a corrupt country of Ukraine that he said, hold on, it's my friends in Dallas, it's their tax money. Hold on, it's my friends up in Minnesota that I met last week, it's their tax money. Hold on, do not send that check because it belongs to my friends down in Louisiana. We finally have a president and they can't get it. They set these fake pundits set around these tables in D.C. Wonder what he's doing. Wonder what he's doing. I'll tell you what he's doing. He's actually interested in your tax money. Give you, the American people. It cost millions. I mean millions of dollars to host a G7. Off the top of my head, let's say $50 million. Yes, you got to bring these foreign delegations in. They bring all their delegation in. They bring all their cars in. They bring all their security in. They do every single thing that has to be done is in the area of millions of dollars to host one of these. So let's just say he was going to give it away. $50 million, just, well, that's not the total cost of the hotel room. Oh, check out the bill. Wow. Under the door, right? He wasn't just going to, that's not the total cost. The total cost is $50 million, somewhere around in there. But what I'm saying is, what if it's just the location is $25 million or $20 million or whatever? I mean, whatever it cost, he was going to give it away to the American people. The American people are now going to pay. Now, whether I agree with this or not, they're now going to pay. You and I are now going to pay to host Macron, to host Angela Merkel. We're going to pay now, out the nose, for the G7 and all the celebration that goes with it, when a man said, hey, they can stay for free at my place. I'll put them up at my house for the weekend. No, we went nuts over that. Then on top of that, you throw in the emoluments clause. Who the hell out there truly understands the emoluments clause? And I agree with him. What, it was okay for, how long ago did Barack and Michelle make that get that first phone call from Netflix to have that first lunch at lunch? Let's just do lunch over some cocktails, some afternoon cocktails. We'll do lunch. Darling, let's do lunch. We'll talk. You never know. Right? What about the book deal? I mean, these people are so damn corrupt. It dawns on me every time I say Ukrainian corruption. I wonder, what the hell? Are they as corrupt as our government? Oh my God, I can't believe you're talking about the stars and bars that way. That's just wrong. What? They're corrupt as can be. Shifty shift, we have an impeachment going. From a member of the House of Representatives, the chair of the Intelligence Committee, that is probably the informant. He's the guy that lit the match on the House. It's burning down. Now he's got to try to get the guy out and save the country? Holy mackerel. Anyhow. He's very, very good at real estate. Don't you love that? Very good. I'm very, very good at real estate. Hey, Steve Mnuchin, you know I'm good at real estate. Steve! Yo, Steve, you know yourself. I'm very, very good. One of these days, why don't you tell him, Steve, how good I am at real estate? Good at real estate, baby. Steve knows. And then I love, give the $450K, $400 to $450K away every single year. Never takes his salary. Okay? Doral advertising, promotion. I don't need promotion, okay? I don't need promotion, man. I get more promotion than anybody in the damn planet. What do I need to have the G7 so people will know it's mine at Doral? Last but not least, do it all over again. I'm doing this for the American people. I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for the love of the country. I would do it again, even though I am losing $2 to $5 billion doing this gig. George Washington worked right from the Oval Office on 2 desks. Whatever. These are the things that they're not telling you this morning because they're in full steam working on a behind closed door impeachment, trying to get the guy out. Not going to work. I'm going to take a brief break. We're going to come back. When we do, we're going to get right back into that video. The same spot where we left off, we're going to keep playing it this morning. I tell you, there's a lot I want to go over, and I want you to hear the President of the United States. Sam, take us to break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff. Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and LJ, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better Better days ahead. October is Truck Month at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, with the year's biggest savings on every 2019 Chevy truck and SUV in Days' massive inventory, like over $11,000 off Silverado crew cabs, or more than $8,000 off new Chevy Colorados. So don't just sit there. Go save a payload during Truck Month, happening now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevy trucks always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
He would do it all over again. Would you do it all over again? Yes, the President of the United States said, Donald J. Trump, I would do this all over again. Oh my gosh. Doing it for you. Doing this for you. Now, the mainstream media, lamestream media, crooked, fake pundits, I love that. You know, President Donald J. Trump, I need an interview. I should get the interview. You know I should. So yesterday, 71 meetings before a cabinet meeting yesterday. A cabinet meeting turned into a 71-minute discussion with the media. Now, I think I want to go now to 1927. Let's play that right for a minute and then come back to when I say stop.
People think that it's terrible what they're doing. Pelosi, Shifty Schiff, Schumer, these people are trying to destroy the country. It's a very bad thing what they're doing. The President of the United States should be allowed to run the country, not have to focus on this kind of crap, while at the same time doing a great job on Syria and Turkey and all of the other things that we're doing. North Korea, okay, maybe someday, but I'll tell you what, if somebody else became president with that same mindset that they had, you'd right now be in a big war with North Korea. You don't hear too much about it. Could happen. Could happen. I don't know. I always say, who knows? It's deals. Who knows? But in the meantime, North Korea's, I like him. He likes me. We get along. I respect him. He respects me. You could end up in a war. President Obama told me that. He said the biggest problem, I don't know how to solve it. He told me he doesn't know how to solve it. I said, did you ever call him? No. Actually, he tried 11 times. But the man on the other side, the gentleman on the other side, did not take his call. Okay? Lack of respect. But he takes my call. Thank you very much, everybody.
What's the plan for the G7 now? What's the plan for the G7 now?
We'll look at other locations. I don't think it'll be as exciting. I don't think it'll be as good. It'll cost the country a fortune because it's very expensive. I know France had a budget of many, many millions of dollars. They just did it. They did a great job, by the way. But France had a budget of many, many millions of dollars. It's going to cost, a fortune for the country. I was willing to do it for free. But people didn't like that. They thought I may get some promotional value. I need promotional value so badly, right? I don't need promotional. Go ahead. What did you say? What else? Steve? No? That's it? On Iran, what? Say it. What did you mention the word impeach?
Do you believe that it's a foregone conclusion that the House will impeach?
Well, I think they want to.
I think we're right where I want to go the next time, okay? Now, I watch, as you well know, okay, We will watch throughout the day and see what happens. I watch CNN at 4 a.m. in the morning, MSNBC at 5 a.m. They left so much of this yesterday out of their news coverage this morning. They went straight back to Adam Schiff behind closed doors. Went straight back to trying to prove in the six battleground states. Gotta get my fingers straight, right? 6 battleground states. They trying to make sure they prove that those are the independents in those battleground states are moving away from Trump and more interested in impeachment. That's what they were trying to do. Nothing on this. I want to know, hey, they're trying to destroy the country. I do agree with the President of the United States. Democrats are trying to destroy this country. North Korea, maybe someday. I get it. I'm with him, all right? I love, you may not like it, but I love when he gets in his New York kind of attitude. If you've never been around New Yorkers. North Korea someday. Yeah, someday. It'll happen one of these days, someday. I love it. Maybe. But you know what? Who knows? Who knows? I like him. He likes me. I call him. He calls me. I like him. He likes me. Bada bing, bada boom. Right? I don't know how to solve it, President Obama said. President Obama said, this is going to keep you up at night. I don't know how to solve it. I call 11 times. Hey, come pick up the phone. Come on. Pick up the phone. There's records. Let's see. Did he call 11 times? I would love to know if he called 11 times. Pick up the phone. Come on. Do I have to send Dennis Rodman over there on you? 11 times, he claims it. Doral, I needed promotion. I was willing to do it for free. I don't need promotion. Are you guys serious? So the President of the United States, now we're going to get back, I think, a little bit into impeachment. I picked out several points I wanted to talk about, okay? Oh, yeah, Mitt Romney. So let's go back to 21-28 and let it play a little longer there. 21-28 start.
Any Democrat wants to because they're not going to beat me in the election. So, of course, they want to impeach. Why wouldn't they want to impeach me? It's so illegitimate. It cannot be the way the founders, our great founders, meant this to be. But I see this guy, Congressman Al Green, say we have to impeach him. Otherwise, he's going to win the election. What's that all about? But that's exactly what they're saying. We have to impeach him because otherwise he's going to win. I'm going to win the election. Look, I have the strongest economy ever. It's the economy, stupid, right? I have the strongest economy in the history of our country. Okay? We're setting records. Over 100 times, I think it's like 118, but over 100 times we've had the highest stock market in history since November 8th. Over 100 times. And by the way, the day I got elected, the following day from there until January 20th, the market went through the roof. You know why it went through the roof? Because they got rid of Obama and they got rid of Clinton. And if anybody else, if any of these people that I've been watching on the stage got elected, your 401ks would be down the tubes. They'd go down not 20% or 30%. They'd go down 70, 90, 80. You'd destroy this country. You'd destroy the country. So I think they want to impeach me because it's the only way they're going to win. They've got nothing. All they have is a phone call that was perfect. All they have is a whistleblower who's disappeared. Where is he? He's gone. Then they have a second whistleblower. The second whistleblower's got, where is he? He disappeared. Then they have an informant. Oh, the informant is, where is he? They're interviewing ambassadors who I'd never heard of. I don't know who these are. Over 100 times.
All right, stay right there. Folks, the second whistleblower. It's priceless, this guy's facial expression, the president. Second whistleblower. Where's this guy? Let's go. Go. Roll the tape.
Times. And by the way, the day I got elected, the following day from there until January 20th, the market went through the roof. You know why it went through the roof? Because they got rid of Obama and they got rid of Clinton. And if anybody else, if any of these people that I've been watching on the stage got elected, your 401ks would be down the tubes. They'd go down not 20% or 30%. They'd go down 70, 90, 80. You'd destroy this country. You'd destroy the country. So I think they want to impeach me because it's the only way they're going to win. They've got nothing. All they have is a phone call that was perfect. All they have is a whistleblower who's disappeared. Where is he? He's gone. Then they have a second whistleblower. The second whistleblower's got, where is he? He disappeared. Then they have an informant. Oh, the informant is, where is he? They're interviewing ambassadors who I'd never heard of. I don't know who these people are. I never heard of them. And I have great respect for some of them. One of them said just recently, a very, very highly respected man, I'm not going to get into their names, but said, no, we were very, very bothered by Joe Biden and his son. Back during the Obama administration, he said, he's supposed to be their witness. Don't forget, many of these people were put there during Obama, during Clinton, during the never Trump or Bush era. You know, you had a never Trump or Bush. You have heard of those people. Those people might be worse than the Democrats, the never Trumpers. The good news is they're dying off fast. They're on artificial respiration, I think. But no, impeachment, they want to impeach, and they want to do it as quick as possible. And that's pretty much the story.
What
Okay.
about Republican support? Are you working behind?
I think I have great Republican support.
Do you run the risk of alienating any?
No, I don't think so at all. No, you know what? Look, you know what? Look.
Hold that right there. Hold that right there. I don't want to go back too far. I know it's tough to get that. If you can go back like 5 seconds, no more than that, but hold that right there. So, let's break this down a little further. We're going to talk about the Republican support. They can't beat me in the election, folks. Al Green, we have to impeach or he's going to win. It's the economy, stupid. Through the roof. Your stock market, when your 401k, you were singing the roof, the roof. The roof is on fire, 401k. If you got rid of the Obamas and the Clintons, I mean, there was an exhale in this country that Obama and Clinton at the same time are gone. And the stock market went through the roof. If she would have got elected, he said 70, 80, 90%. It would have crashed, collapsed the country. They got nothing, folks. The first whistleblower, where's he at? Oh, the second whistleblower. You had to love that. The second whistleblower. Oh, the second whistleblower. Where's he at? The informant. They've got ambassadors. Now, for those of you out there that you've gone through the school system in high school and so on and so forth, and you've studied something in college, one of the brick and mortar higher levels of learning out there. If you don't understand that these ambassadors and a lot of these bureaucrats are in place, and Donald J. Trump, President of the United States, never meets them, never has a phone conversation, never talks to them. So that's what he's saying. He said, these people are testifying, some of these people I've never met. Obama's gone. Clinton's gone. The never Trumpers. These people are from the Obama administration. They're tied with Clinton from the State Department. Never Trumpers. I love it. You heard of those, right? The never Trumpers. They are dying off fast. Trump laid it on the line yesterday. Let's go back to the video. We're going to stay with the video this morning. Let's go back. Let's talk about Republican support now. The fear I always have. So take it away.
Are you working behind?
I think I have great Republican support.
Do you run the risk of alienating any?
No, I don't think so at all. No, you know what? Look, no, you don't. I have to do what I have to do. I'll tell you what. I want to bring our soldiers back home. If people want to leave them there, I'll take that every day. All I know, you were at Dallas, all I know is the place went crazy when I said we're bringing our soldiers back home. within this little area, this is a very unique area, they may feel that. But I have to do what I got elected on, and I have to do what I think is right. Now, if I got elected on something and think I was wrong, I'd second guess myself, I'd change. But they want our soldiers back home. And I think we can do as well or better, frankly. Let them, they've got to keep going at each other. It's artificial to have these soldiers walking up and down between two big countries. And by the way, I'm just informed, Larry Kudlow is going to say a few remarks. If you want, would you like to stay for Larry's remarks? Because he's a great, great remark maker. Larry, after that whole thing, Larry, get up and go get it. I'm sure it'll be great.
All right, I got to do what I got to do. Some of these things Republicans support, I have to do what I have to do. And that's what that's what I'm breaking down. Let's see. 3043. I think, Sam, 3043 is the prayer. I think it's the prayer. Okay, let's go with 3043.
Move over there, plenty of room, yeah, if you want. Hi, Steve. Okay, thank you very much. We have a cabinet meeting. We'll have a few questions after Grace, and if you would, Ben, please do the honors.
Our kind Father in heaven, we're so thankful for the many blessings that you have bestowed upon us in this country. And we're thankful for the people of courage who have been here before us, who have fought hard for the rights of our country. And we thank you for President Donald Trump, who also exhibits great courage in face of constant criticism. We ask that you would give him strength to endure and the wisdom to lead and to recognize you as the sovereign of the universe with the solution to everything. And the people around the president, the vice president, the cabinet, the advisors, give us all an understanding heart and a compassionate heart. Those are the things that will keep America great. And help us all to recognize as a nation that separation of church and state means that the church does not dominate the state, and it means the state does not dominate the church. It doesn't mean that they cannot work together to promote godly principles of loving your fellow man, of caring about your neighbor, of developing your God-given talents to the utmost so that you become valuable to the people around you, of having values and principles that govern your life. And if we do those things, then we will always be successful. We thank you for hearing our prayer in your holy name. Amen.
Thank you, Ben. That was a great job. Appreciate it. The economy is doing fantastically well.
Folks, that's the opening of a cabinet meeting for President Donald Trump. HUD and Housing Secretary Ben Carson. And I love how Trump even gave him, that's a good job, on the prayer. Good job, Ben. Good job. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. I wanted to play that for you. I don't know how many shows ever. The media was there. The camera was rolling. I don't know how many times you're ever going to watch a show. And we play the prayer from a cabinet meeting in this country. Democrats hate this country, folks. Hate it with a passion. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be right back.